Good afternoon, class. My name is Dr. Araipo, and this is Math 130, Intermediate Algebra Orientation. I have sent you several emails by now, and some of you may have checked your Canvas, but if you haven't, we are here. Let's quickly do that. When you go to home page of Canvas, the very first thing you see is a welcome message. Basically, I'm welcoming you to this course.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Araipu. I would like to welcome you to your online course.
And I'm very happy that you're here. And I'm hoping that everybody follows what we need to do. And therefore, you will do great if you follow all the steps that are outlined here. So number one, watch the welcome message. Number two, we have the class philosophy. So basically, this class is a community, and therefore we all have the same objective to learn. The purpose of the class philosophy is to tell you that we are in it together. And I'm hoping that you realize that everybody wants your success. We are here to help you. So please get in contact with me, get in contact with your fellow students, and everybody's here to learn and move on. And of course, with utmost respect to one another. The third one, read the announcement. The purpose of that was in case students wanted to be exempt from the orientation, there was a older recorded orientation, exemption to orientation, welcome on orientation, and welcome to your virtual course. You are here, therefore you don't need to worry about that for now. There are others that are coming up, other announcements. So that's 1, 2, 3. Fourth step says syllabus. Now, of course, you can click on the syllabus here or the syllabus on the left navigation bar. Makes no difference. Either way, it takes you there. And notice you have a syllabus here, and I'm going to click on that. The way I've set it up is that I know nowadays the syllabi are getting longer and longer. Maybe students don't read the whole thing, so I've put various topics here. So you can click on a specific topic and read that. I highly recommend you take a look at it later on your own time, just to be on the safe side. In the meantime, let's go down and look at various parts of this, just to be on the safe side. I want to cover that for you so you have an idea what's going on. All right, so here's Math 130. Here's the section number. We have the course catalog, description, and student learning outcome, which in short says we are going to cover linear equations and inequalities in one variable, in two variables, systems of linear equations and inequalities, exponential and logarithmic equations, absolute value equations, conic sections. The text is an intermediate algebra through OpenStax. It is recommended that you click on View Online. And this is free. By the way, it is more like a reference text. There are really a few texts that I will discuss with you in a moment as we go through my open math, where we do the assignments. But I have set up the course such that if you go and watch my PowerPoints as well as the videos that I've put up for you, you perhaps may not even need to look at the text. The online assignments take place through my open math. I'm going to refer to it as MOM from now on, which is a free digital homework. And we'll discuss that further as we come across it. As far as the calendar is concerned, the first exam is coming up in a few weeks. And every 3 to 4 weeks, we have an exam. So you want to follow the calendar that you can find on Canvas and more. So as an example, the first exam, I want to tell you how we are going to conduct that. Exam 1, which takes place on Friday, 9/17, you really don't want to start it later than 8, 9 p.m. It expires at 11:59. I would start it worst case at 8. I will be available from 4 to 7 on that day. This is a Friday, 9/17. I am available from 4 to 7 in case you have any questions. And my recommendation is that you come by, ask any questions, and after that, you can take the exam. However, the day before that, on Thursday, the day before that on 9/16, from 2 to 4 p.m., we will have the exam review. Needless to say, I will have the exam review recorded and posted on Canvas. So here's the note I'm going to go over. Attending the review sessions is highly recommended to succeed in the course. However, all review sessions are recorded and become available under the Zoom recording shortly. They will also be posted under the recorded practice test tab in Canvas. I will be available during the designated exam time to answer any questions. However, students can take the exam later the same day after studying for some time. So a quick recap. On the day that you have the exam, which is normally on Friday, from 4 to 7, I'm available to answer any questions. You can take the exam before that, after that, it's up to you. The day before on Thursday, I am available for the exam review from 2 to 4 p.m. Calculators, you can use a scientific calculator, not a graphing calculator. And I'm showing you where you can find a scientific calculator, which is free online. I will also show you in my OpenMath. If you click on this, it brings you to this website. And this is a free calculator class. Because I truly believe in free education, I don't want anybody to pay a penny for anything. I hope you understand all the resources that I put together for you. Tech support. We have the tech support for the publisher by OpenMath. We have the tech support for Campus and for Canvas. All of them are available to you. The Math Success Center, this is the tutoring center. This is their website. And it has a number, and now they have both online as well as on-campus sessions for you. There are some more helpful websites. And now the grading policy, there will be 200 points for the online homework. There will be 5 hours of SLA, DLA. The video will become available and I will post it for you. Every algebra student in any of those courses that you take, you have to spend 5 hours basically with the math lab and receive 50 points. Each one is worth 10 points. I expect 1 DLA/SLA done per exam before each exam. Then we have the review participation, which is a discussion board. I will show you 50 points. We have 4 exams, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one is 100 points. And the final, which is comprehensive and is 300 points, giving us a total of 1,000 points. And this is a fairly simple case. 90% and above, that means 900 points and more, will give us an A. 80% and above, that means 800 points and more, will give us a B, so on and so forth. So it's very simple. At any given time, you can really add up your points and see where you stand. There is no makeup test. If something comes up, you let me know in advance. I'll do my best to accommodate you. As for the rest of the exam, you must take all the exams. If you miss any of the exams, it'll be 0. However, I am willing to replace the worst exam grade among the first 4 with the final, as long as the final is B or better, that means 80% or higher. And your homework and discussion board is good, that means 90% or higher. And pay attention to this last part. More importantly, this action will result in a higher letter grade. Because if I make the changes and your letter grade stands the same, it defeats the purpose. The course late work policy, basically try not to get behind, because this is a fast-paced course and you may have a hard time catching up. However, if something comes up just for the homework and homework only, there is a late work. You can use a late pass to do that, and there's a 10% penalty. Again, I will show you as we go through it in my open math. The next thing that I found very interesting is how much time do I need to be successful in this course? I've given you a website from CSULB Study 36, and in short, it says you need 3 times the number of units. So in this case, this course is a 5-unit course, so you need about 15 hours per week to really master the beauty of this course. If you miss the orientation, you are of course here, or do not register with the publisher, meaning MOM, within 24 hours, miss the first assignment, which is due within less than a week, or miss any of the exams, you will be dropped as a motion. In other words, just being here today, it is not good enough. Immediately you want to get started with the course. And then I have more websites for you, such as the SPS, Financial Aid Office, and so on and so forth. The thing I want to add here is the student office hours. We have the student office hours on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm available. All you have to do just come to the office hours via Zoom, and this link is available on the homepage. I'll show you in a moment. Supplemental learning assistance requirement. This is what I was talking about, SLA, DLA. This is the purpose of that is to help you get ready and do well and successfully pass the course. So you need to spend 5 hours there. And as I said, you need to do 1 per exam. By the time we finish the exam, there are 4 exams, and there's a module 5 to get you ready for the final. That gives you 5 times 10, 50 points. There is also a basic need information here. So if you go back to the syllabus or top of the page, you can go back and forth and look at the topic that you are most interested in. I'm going to go back to the home page. We covered the syllabus. After the syllabus, it says modules. You can find it if you click on it here or on the left navigation bar. Here's the modules. All right. The very first thing you find is my open math. So if I click on that, it will take me to my open math. But I want to show you later on how this gets started, because you need to register and so forth. I will leave this for the last when I go through my open math, your online homework and everything else. But for now, what else can you find here? Under the modules, we have exam 1 module, exam 2, all the way to module 5. Module 5 is not exam 5, it's part of the final exam. That's why I didn't call it exam 5 or final exam module, because that covers previous 4 exams, including conic sections. Now, for now, you just want to worry about exam 1 and completely ignore the rest of them. So exam 1, what I highly recommend you start with the practice test and print that. Why is that? Because you want to print and spend about 5 minutes reading this, and it tells you exactly what's coming your way? What is it that you will learn by the time you finish this module and be ready to take the exam? Now, what I'd like you to do after you watch the PowerPoints or do a little bit of a homework, start doing a question or two per day. If you do 1 or 2 questions per day, and that's all it takes, I promise you, you won't get behind, you learn, and you will do great. So that's the first thing you find there. What do you find next? Chapter 1, 2, 3. You don't want to worry about the number of chapters or sections. This is exam 1 module. You want to master this. So this is where you find the PowerPoints. So as you can see the PowerPoints here, if you pick any of them, all you have to do, watch step by step. You have 2 choices. You can watch it just the way you have it here, or you can download it, put it in slide mode or slideshow, they say. If you put it in slide mode or slideshow, you can see the steps, step by step. And normally students like that better because it gives them exactly the step that they need in order to finish the next one and the next one and the next one. So put it in slide mode, you will get more out of it. Going back to the module. So the first one is practice test. I showed you the chapter 1. Next one is chapter 2. Next one is chapter 3. So those are the 3 chapters. If you study the PowerPoints, you'll be more than ready to do the homework. And one way is to do a chapter at a time. Maybe you go through the first chapter within a couple of days and then start doing the homework, come back to chapter 2 and do the homework. Some students just stick with the videos that are posted. I will show you where to find them. And honestly, there are so many resources available to you. You decide which one works the best for you. Now, when you do the practice test, I'm hoping the week of the exam, you're practically done with your homework and even the practice test. So you're ready to do the exam review to get ready to do well on the exam. So check the key, take a look. The key is here. Please check, make sure when you did the practice test, you came up with the correct answer. Needless to say, during the exam review, we go over this with details and I show you step-by-step one. So under the modules, you can find exam modules, and there are many of them, 4 exam modules, and then module 5 conic sections. And of course, at the very top where you can find your homework through MOM, My Open Math, and I will refer to it as MOM from now on. Going back to the home page. So if you look at the modules, it says print the practice test, watch the PowerPoint, solve the practice test, homework, and this is what I want to go over. Note, homework is set up such that you watch some video lecture, lesson, assessments before starting each homework. Again, I will show you momentarily. Practice test, as I mentioned, under the modules, you can find the keys. The next thing is the discussion forum. Again, you can click on that, or if we go back to this left navigation bar, we see the discussion forum here. What I want to show you is, first, we have the frequently asked questions. Please take a couple of minutes to read those. They don't take long. One question that often comes up, do I need a course ID? And the answer is no, there is no need for a course ID. There is no need for a course ID. Why is that? Because it is set up that you register through Canvas. Text, do you need the text? No, it's online, so on and so forth. So there are a few questions I've answered. If you have any other question that is worth for everyone to see, if it's a private question, something that pertains to you, please don't put it here. If it's something that everybody can benefit from, you're more than welcome to put it. I answered and I added to the frequently asked questions. What else do you find here? The next one is student bios. I put mine as an example and I explain how you can embed an image and so on and so forth. I highly recommend you do this and read your fellow students' bios. Please, if you want to encourage your fellow students, that'd be fantastic. With utmost respect, we are going to respect one another. You can put your student bio and then look at others and give your comment, a constructive comment. That would be fantastic. What else do you find? I want to scroll down and I want to show you that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discussion forums, 1 per exam, 1 per module, I should say, because the first 4 are for the first 4 exams and the last one is for the last module. So what do we have to do? This is the case where you can get easy 10 points. Now, you are required to post at least 1 question and its solution. Please read the instruction. So you have to write it with details. And for you to do that, first, read all the posts, questions and solutions, because you don't want to repeat anything. No duplication is allowed. A question with 1-word solution or definition is not acceptable. That gives you the easy 5 points. Second, find a similar problem online or on YouTube or Khan Academy and post it here. That gives you another 3 points. Finally, comment or explain at least 1 classmate question. So you want to go over the question of really all your fellow students and read them, because that's the best way to master this course. You want to see what everybody has, their questions, their solutions, the YouTube videos that they come up with. And you really, all you have to do 5 to 10 minutes per day. If you do it on a daily basis, it's only 5 to 10 minutes because you find maybe 1 new post or 2 new posts. But if you want to wait until the last moment, then there are too many posts and most of you don't get a chance to read them anyways. I'm giving you an example because I want you to get full credit. Here's an example that I made up. So question something like question number 15, because you have a choice. You can pick up a question from a practice test or just any other source. So if I'm picking it up from the practice test, I say it's question number 15, and then I write the question with details. Then I write the solution step by step using Math Palette. And then there's a similar question I found. I posted for everybody to watch the YouTube. This may be 2 to 5 minutes, 7 minutes. It's worth looking at it. So we are reinforcing the same topic. And finally, I'm commenting on somebody's work. And it's very important to see what I wrote here. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to read this third one. Okay. Explain about what the question addressed and what you learned from it, and outline a few steps you learned as a result. A compliment is nice, but is not a comment. To receive a credit for this part, write the name of your classmates. So this should be easy 10 points. I'm showing you also how to use the math editor and how to embed an image. So going back to that, we have 5 of those. And for now, the only one that you want to be concerned with is the first one. Maybe in a few days, you want to post a question. So I'm going to go back to the home page. Now, we did the discussion forum, the note option on the multimedia text sample. On the left side, we have the multimedia text sample test. I'm going to click on that. If you go to this website, you get more resources, including the same PowerPoints that I have. Also, the solution to practice test, but it may not be in the order that you see it the way I have it, because I have made some changes. So there are a lot of, so if you go back up, for example, it says module 1, this is referring to our module 1. It covers exactly the same topics, may not necessarily may not necessarily be in the same order. In case you want to get on with that. Going back to the home page, it says take the scheduled exam. Now, before I'll show you the rest of it, let me just go back to the top. So here's the home page: announcements, syllabus, modules, discussion, grades, assignments. Tech Connect Zoom, this is where you go and click on the scheduled time that we meet. Recorded practice test lectures. I do have some old recordings and the new ones coming up. So if you look at the practice test and the old recordings, again, it may not be in the same order, but it's very similar, and that might be helpful. We will have the new ones up and running soon. On the left side, going back to the home page. So Math Success Center, that's another website you really need to pay attention to. This is where you can get free tutoring. I highly recommend you click on each and every one of them, find out about Net Tutor, free math stat tutoring, and online math, just about all kinds of fascinating resources in Math Success Center or the Tutoring Center. Now, going back to the home page, what was left was the homework. So I want to show you, and of course, it says after that, come and take the exam on time. And take a look. Our office hours 8 to 9, and here's the link. What did we not cover is the online assignments. If you click on this or the modules, it takes you right here. And what I want to show you, if I put this in student view, and if I click on this, if you ever had any account with them, all you have to do is use your username and password. If you never had any account with My Open Math, you just make up a username and password, enter your first name, last name, email address, and then create an account, and you're there. That's all there is to it. And so it will take you there as soon as you register. So what do you find there? When you go to My Open Math through Canvas, this is the page that shows up. So the very first thing at the top, besides the name here, it starts with mandatory assignment, Introduction to My Open Math. This assignment, the purpose of that is to teach you how to use My Open Math. And it is due within a few days. And it's a must, and you cannot use a late pass on that. And students who don't do that will be dropped as a no-show. I'm going to click on it because I want to show you something. When you start, I hope you see from the first question, it says enter the number. So basically, it want to teach you how to use My Open Math. It may take 15, 20, even 30 minutes, but trust me, by the time you finish that, you will have an easy time using My Open Math. As an example, look at this one. The moment I click on that, it gives me a math palette. So I can use a fraction. I can use a square root. I can use an absolute value, you name it. So for now, all I want is to put this number 12.4985. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm not going to even bother with the next one, but just for the sake of argument, I want to show you what happens if I don't continue. I just submit the question. And the moment I submit the question, it shows that it is correct. I can do the next one and the next one and the next one. Or if you don't want to do this in one sitting, let's say I'm going to say, okay, something comes up, I got to go, I'll come back. I'm going to click on done. Let's see what happens. So I did just something, not too much. I'm going to click on done. Notice it says question 1. I basically did 1/3. Question 2 is unattempted. The rest are unattempted. I have a choice. I can resume the questions. I can go back, finish the job anytime I want before the due date, or I can exit. Now, if I go back to it, it still shows me that I've done a portion of it. So I hope you realize the way I've set it up, you can do the homework as many times as you want, as long as it takes you before the due date, it's fine, because I don't want you to necessarily do this in one sitting. It's absolutely up to you. The next one is the exams. And for now, I don't want you to worry about that. Later on, just remember, when the time comes, I will send you an email. I give you the password for the exam, and you have a choice of taking the exam all the way to its due date, anytime you want. I recommend you wait until we meet for the review session and you study and then take it. But some cases, students may want to take it sooner. So what comes next? Course description. Notice what it says, all content in the course module folders, which include textbook section. Some sections may be omitted, not missing videos and sets of homework exercises. Some videos are embedded within the homework and some can be found in the beginning of the chapter. For most sections, not all, here's what we have: video lessons, practice homework. So if you go down, this is, I truly believe math is beautiful. This is my logo. And look at the homework, which is due on Friday. This is the introduction assignment to my open math. Please do it immediately. Don't wait until Friday, you get behind. Now, the other thing I want to show you before I move on to more important things, you see all the homework, there seem to be due on this day. This is the day before the exam. Please don't do it on that day. On a daily basis, do 1 or 2, because if you wait until then, you will never finish the work. You will not have enough time to finish the work. Every day, do 1 or 2 sections. That's all you have to do. So everything is due before exam 1. And if you don't do it on a daily basis, you will be behind. You may have a hard time making it. So before I go over module 1, okay, let me just explain. We have module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also have module 0, which is resources. So I want to explain what you find under module 0. So pay attention to that. First, Intermediate Algebra 2nd edition. This is the text. So this is one text, and they're all reference text. Also, I have this text for you. This is also a reference text. Also elementary algebra. So I have a lot of reference text for you. And we follow basically all of them in some order, but everything that you need is actually coming up in the modules, and I will show you. The next one, notice Desmond's scientific calculator. I showed you that one before. And the reason I'm showing you that, because I don't want you to pay a penny, then you can go back. I don't want you to pay a penny for anything, including your calculators. And then there is this introduction as to, notice we have to go back and forth. So, as to how to use this scientific calculator. What comes next? Late pass, calendar, gradebook, so on and so forth. If you click on any of those, and I'm not going to do that because it's a video, it's only a short video telling you, showing you how to use a late pass, how to use a calendar, my open math gradebook. Now, what I want to explain to you about the gradebook is actually here. Since the homework is weighted, the grade under pass 2 is your current class grade. The pass 2 and attempted is for you to see your grade after you attempted an assignment, not do it. In other words, what I want you to understand, your grade at any time for your homework, percentage-wise, is here. However, when the course is over, these two numbers will be the same, because when everything is passed through, then these two become the same. The other thing, to review any of your assignments, if assignment due date has passed, whether it's a homework or an exam, and you want to review it, how do you do that? You find the grade in front of that assignment. It's exam 1, homework 1, whatever it is, and it's in blue. If you click on that, you can click just the score, and then you can review your assignment. This is also a PDF file that will help you with answering questions and how you put the answer in MOM. I highly recommend you stick with the first assignment and you'll be fine. What else do you find here? Take a look. Under module 0, I put something called pre-algebra review. There won't be any grades here. If any of you feel uncomfortable with the previous stuff, I have this pre-algebra review. Integers and then practice. Fractions, practice. Order of operations. We have the video lessons, practice. Properties of algebra, video lesson practice, so on and so forth. So all the way to section 1.4, those are pre-algebra review. If you could spend some time on it, I promise you, you benefit from it. So the reason I didn't make it mandatory, because depending upon your background, some students may really have an easy time with that, and I didn't want to waste their time. That's why I put it here. Under module 0, it's a fantastic resource, pre-algebra review. But your homework starts from here, module 1. So what do you find first and foremost? When you click on module 1, you see some chapters. Start with the first one. Notice what you get, learning outcomes. Then we have the text. If you click on any of them, it'll take you to the specific page of a text if you need to go there. Look at this one, 1.1 to 1.4 for homework, solving linear equations. There was a wrong spelling there. So solving linear equations, then 1.5 formulas. And this 1.1 to 1.4, I hope you remember that it was under module 0, but I figured just a short set of homework would be nice as a reminder. But notice what happens with 1.5, where we basically begin the course. First, we have the page of the text. Then we have the video lesson. Take a look. This is what I mean. Some students may just start with the video lesson because it gives them everything. So first you have a short video.
In this video, we will begin to take a look at solving formulas for a variable.
Okay, so you can watch that, and then you have to answer a question. Solve the following formula for X. So you need to move the 2b, becomes Y minus 2b. And then since you're solving for X, you divide by 4m. So Y minus 2b divided by 4m. I'm not showing you the steps, class, but you get the picture. And also there are other videos here. So if you submit the question, again, the same as what I showed you before, it shows you whether you've done it right or wrong. By the way, if you did it wrong, just get a similar question. I can go to the next question and solve. Remember, I've already watched this video. This video is not long. So that's why it's called video lesson. And I continue, finish that, then I watch this video. I have a couple more questions here. I watch this video. I have a couple more questions here. And then I say I'm done. Notice what happens. It shows me question 1 is done, and I'm fine with that. But from question 2 on, unattempted. What do you want to do? You want to resume or you want to exit? So I'm going to say exit. So I can go back and finish it before the due date anytime I want. So I hope you realize how this course is set up so you don't have to do it in one sitting. So chapter 1, I showed you the page, I showed the video lesson, and then you have the homework. So homework is the same as video lesson, a little bit more. And then you move on with the rest of them. So if you click on 1.5, now it gives you more homework here. So I hope you realize between the two, I want to go back, between the two, take a look. Between the video lessons and homeworks, you should be fine. Some cases may not have a video lesson, but I have in the past, some students, they just did the video lessons and the formulas and they were fine. So what can you do? You can do my PowerPoints, watch my PowerPoints under the modules, come and do the video lessons and the formulas, the homework, or start with the video lesson. If that's good enough for you, I don't want to push you, I don't want to put more pressure on you. So please understand, you going through this, it's not going to really take long. One chapter can be done maybe in a few hours. That's how fast you can do the work. So I'm going to quickly recap that under module 0, you do have the pre-algebra review, which covers all the way to section 1.4. However, what I have done from 1.1 to 1.4, I've set up a few questions for you here as a review, and it's worth looking at it. So module 0 and then module 1. So you finish chapter 1, then you go to chapter 2, and it's the same thing. Objective, video lessons, homework. Video lessons, homework. And you finish chapter 2, you finish chapter 3, and believe it or not, this is the first module. That's how easy it is to do the work here. So let me recap for you what we do. Going back to the home page of the Canvas. First, this was a welcome to your online course video. Then it was the class philosophy. Then the announcements. We will have more announcements coming your way, but at this point, the announcements were basically for the sake of those who couldn't show up to the orientation. Step 4, we went over the syllabus. Under the modules, you can find the practice test, the PowerPoints, and the key to practice test. The homework can be found under the modules and going through my open math. Make sure you check the keys as you look at your practice test. Make sure you do the discussion forum. And under this multimedia text sample, we have a completed solution for some of the questions. Finally, you take the exam. Remember, we have a review session before that. and you can attend the office hours from 8 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. If you have any questions, on the left side of this navigation bar, we also have the recorded practice test as well as the information for Math Success Center. I wish you all best of luck. Happy studying, everybody.